Hello and welcome to another video review, this time about the new multispectral binoculars from ThermTec, the Ventus 635L and Ventus 650L. Over the last few years, ThermTec has established itself one of the most innovative manufacturers in the thermal imaging industry. With a strong focus on image quality and user experience and advanced features, the company has quickly become a popular choice among hunters and outdoor enthusiasts worldwide. The ThermTec Ventus multispectral binoculars were officially unveiled at the EVA Outdoor Classics Fair 2026 and became available shortly afterwards. The Ventus series marks ThermTec's first multispectral binocular platform. Instead of focusing on just thermal imaging or digital night vision, ThermTec decided to combine everything into a single device, and the result is a binocular that features a thermal channel here in the left barrel, a digital day and night vision channel here on the right barrel, a laser rangefinder, which is in the digital channel here on the upper side of the lens, an integrated dual band infrared illuminator. So in practice that means you can detect, observe, identify and range targets using a single device without having to carry multiple pieces of equipment into the field. Since both Ventus devices share the same housing and overall design, I'll be reviewing them together in this video. And from the outside, the two devices are virtually identical, and at the first glance it is impossible to tell them apart. The only visible difference can be found on the front of the device. You can see here in the thermal channel, you can see whether it is a 35mm or a 50mm version. Other than that, it's completely the same, as you can see here. So starting with the housing, the Ventus devices feature a robust housing with a high quality rubber armoring, which feels great, and the grip is also excellent. Ergonomics are also perfect, in my opinion. The thumb rest on the bottom feels great, as you can see here, and it is there for easy positioning. So when your thumbs are located here on the thumb rest, you can easily access all of the buttons, the adjustment wheels, and also the adjustment wheel here on the back, everything with both hands, so very easily. The housing itself is also IP67 rated, meaning the device is fully dustproof and waterproof, capable of withstanding immersion in up to 1 meter of water for up to 30 minutes. So in the back, let's start with the oculars here. They are rubberized with foldable rubber pieces, as you can see here. The diopter is adjustable with this ring here and on the other one here, so it is for each eye separately, and because of that you can adjust the diopter perfectly for your eyes. The diopter can be adjusted plus or minus 5, and also the interpupillary distance can be adjusted like this, so you just have to pull it apart or push it together. The oculars and the interpupillary distance can be adjusted from 60 millimeters up to 72 millimeters. I have to say the adjustments are very stiff, so you need a bit of force to make your adjustments. The same is here with the diopter, but in my opinion this is perfect because normally you don't mess around with these adjustments. When you adjust them to your eyes, it should stay normally as it is. In my opinion, this is very well made. Now on the bottom, first of all, we have a thread for mounting on the tripod, and the infrared illuminator, which is this part here. The illuminator is quite unique because it can be switched from 850 nanometers or 940 nanometers beam. So 850 is normally better for longer range observations, and also the quality of the image is normally a bit better. But the 850 nanometers infrared light can be seen from some animals. Because of that, ThermTec decided to add a 940 nanometers beam also, which is completely invisible for all of the animals, so you don't have to worry about that some of the animals will see when you are observing them. The beam of the illuminator can also be adjusted just by rotating the objective of the illuminator, and I have to say this is also very easy to do. When you have the device in your hands, you can easily manipulate also the beam with your thumbs. The beam can be adjusted from very wide to a very small point. So what I tested, up to 400 meters, it's very easy to spot animals with the beam focused on a small dimension. Now on the left side we have the battery compartment. Then on the right side we have the USB Type-C port, which is there only for the data transfer. Then on the front we have the 50 millimeters or the 35 millimeters thermal lens. So you can see here, this is the 50 millimeters and this is the 35 millimeter lens. And on the right side we have the 36 millimeters day and night vision lens, and on top, as I previously said, is the laser range finder. The lenses have also flip-up covers, which are these. In my opinion, they are not so well made because they are too easy to attach and to lose, because they don't hold firmly on the objective. But maybe with a double-sided band you can secure them safely on the device. On top we have 5 buttons. Here are the 4 normal buttons, as we know it from other devices, and additionally we have here one push button. If you can see here, when we push this adjustment wheel to the front, this acts like a 5th button. The rotating wheel here is also to control the magnification and also to scroll in the menu. Now what really stands out is just how lightweight these devices are. Even with all of the technology packed inside, the Ventus 635 weighs only 825 grams, and the bigger model, the 650L, weighs 833 grams. So in fact they are currently some of the lightest multispectral binoculars on the market. The temperature range these operate is from -25 up to 50 degrees Celsius, and the dimensions are 164 millimeters in length, 128 millimeters wide, and the height of the devices is 73 millimeters. The price of the smaller model, the 635L, is currently 3,149 euros, and the bigger model is a little bit more expensive with 3,749 euros. The startup time is a bit longer if we compare it to other devices on the market. It's around 13 seconds, and these devices can also be connected with Wi-Fi to a smartphone with the ThermTec Outdoor app, where you can live stream, take photos and videos and upgrade, and many other things. They are made completely in China in their own facility, but the good part is that the service department is in the European Union, so if something goes wrong with these devices, you still don't have to wait long for the repairs. The warranty is 3 years. Now for the batteries. To operate the device you need two 18650 type batteries. There are 4 included with the device, and the capacity of them is 3300 milliamp hours. What is good, in my opinion, is that additional batteries are also not expensive and they can be found in many different stores or places. The devices run around 6 hours with 2 batteries, so all in all you get 12 hours of battery life with the 4 batteries that are included. The charger is also included, and also the cable, but unfortunately no charging brick. The batteries cannot be charged directly with the USB-C port through the device, so you always have to take the batteries out and charge it with the charger here. The batteries have to be inserted so that, and one battery has the plus on the top and the second one the minus on top. So you just have to put the batteries in, push the cover down, and you're already ready to go. The power indicator is also in the display, so you always have you always know exactly how much battery is still left, and you have also a proximity sensor here between the eyepieces, which turns automatically off display if you enable it, of course, in the menu, to save the battery life. If you don't like that, you can turn it off, and for that you can use then the lever. When you push it to the middle position, you also are in the standby position, so the display is off but the sensor is still on. So when you push it to the next position, so to the on position, immediately have a picture and can start observing. Now let's start with the thermal channel. Both devices use the same thermal sensor, so the core image quality is practically the same. The main difference is in the lens. The 635L comes with a 35mm f/0.9 germanium objective lens, while the bigger model, the 650L, comes with a 50mm f/1.0 lens, which gives the 635 model, this one here, a wider field of view, whereas the 650 model is better suited for long-range observations and target identification. Both feature the 640 by 512 pixel sensor with a pixel pitch of 12 microns and the NETD. Both devices feature a NETD of less than 15 millikelvins, which is currently one of the best on the market. Calibration is normally in automatic mode, but you can also change it in the menu if you want to calibrate the thermal channel with manual calibrations. But I have to say the AI software what ThermTec has on it works really well. The thermal channel really doesn't need to calibrate often, which is a big positive from my side. The magnification, a difference here in the magnification between these two models. The 635 model offers a magnification range from 2.6 to 10.4 times, while the 650 model starts at 3.7 times and can be increased up to 14.8 times. The higher base magnification of the 650L further enhances its long-range capabilities, while the 635 remains the better option, in my opinion, for scanning larger areas. The difference becomes even more apparent when looking in the field of view. At 100 meters, the 635 model covers an area of 21.9 by 17.6 meters, compared to 15.4 by 12.3 meters for the 650L at 100 meters. This wider field of view makes the 635 even more suitable for searching and scanning, while again the 650 is much better in my opinion for greater distances. The minimum focusing distance from both devices is approximately 2 meters, and the thermal image has 6 thermal color palettes, which allows the users to optimize the image for different environments, weather conditions and personal preferences. Now let's move to the digital channel. Both devices have the same 50mm f1.4 objective lens and a unique square optical sensor with a resolution of 3536 by 3536 pixels. This 12.5 megapixel sensor delivers a highly detailed image, whether you're observing during the day or in complete darkness with the help of the integrated infrared illuminator. The digital channel provides a field of view of 14.4 by 14.4 meters at a distance of 100 meters, which offers a good balance between situational awareness and detail recognition. The display is an AMOLED type display with a resolution of 1600 by 1200 pixels, and the Ventus supports photo, video and audio recording, and it features also a 64 gigabytes of internal storage. Another feature worth mentioning is the electronic image stabilization, or AES, named in the software. This function is available in the digital channel and does a great job of reducing image shake, making it easier to observe and identify targets or details at longer distances. But just keep in mind that electronic image stabilization only works in the optical channel for now, and it is currently not available yet for the thermal channel. Let's hope this comes with some future updates, but for now unfortunately only for the digital channel. Now the display itself is nice and very large, making the device comfortable for use for extended periods in the field. Now let's move to the laser rangefinder. As I said, this is here on the top of the digital channel. It works up to 1000 meters with an accuracy of plus or minus 1 meter, and it operates at a wavelength of 905 nanometers. So during the night you can easily see your laser beam, what you are currently measuring at. And the laser rangefinder works very fast, in my opinion. At shorter distances you get measurements a few times per second, and at longer distances approximately 2 times a second or once per second. It depends on your observed target or what are you currently measure. But yeah, the laser rangefinder works very well. I tested the laser rangefinder in bad weather, in a rainy day, and I got constant measurements up to 600 meters, which is really well. You activate the laser rangefinder with this button here on top. So when you press the button you get continuous measurements, but in the ballistic mode you push the button and you get one measurement, and also the ballistics data on the upper right corner, of course, if you put in your ballistics data. The ballistics data can be displayed in mils, inches, centimeters and or MOAs, so it should pretty much suit any shooter's preferred system. Personally, I'm a big fan of having a ballistics calculator integrated into a device like this. Having accurate distance measurements and ballistics corrections available right when you're observing is incredibly convenient, and it eliminates the need to switch between multiple devices or apps, especially when shooting at longer distances. Especially during the night, this is, in my opinion, a very handy feature. Now for the button position, it is, as I previously said, a very good layout. and it becomes intuitive very quickly. Once you're using the thumb rest here on the bottom properly, the controls fall naturally under your fingers, and yeah, it's easy to operate even in the dark. Overall, I find the Ventus very comfortable to use, but the only thing I didn't like was that the infrared illuminator, it doesn't switch off when changing to the thermal channel, so you have to manually switch off with the lever here. So you have to push it to the middle position, or you have to push this button to turn off the illuminator. At the beginning, of course, I didn't knew this feature, and then later on I discovered it, and yeah, it drains the battery if you don't turn the illuminator off. The menu in the device is simple and easy to understand, especially if you're used to ThermTec devices before, as the overall layout is very familiar. To enter the menu, you simply hold this button to the front for approximately 2 seconds. Then when you're entering the menu, you can simply turn this button left or right, and with this you scroll to the entire menu. What I also noticed is that when scrolling, the menu feels sometimes a little bit laggy, but yeah, it's not a big deal in my opinion. Okay, now what is in the box? What do you get with the device? First of all, the device comes with such protective covers and protective cover for the infrared illuminator. Then you get 4 batteries, 1865 650 batteries, a carrying strap, and a really nice carrying bag, which is also magnetic, so really high quality bag, a charging cable and a charger, cleaning cloth, then a user's manual, and also the warranty card if something should go wrong with the device. Then another cable, again USB to USB Type-C for connecting to a PC for the data transfer, screwdriver, which I can show you here. This is for removing the infrared light. Then a small adapter for mounting the device to a tripod, so you just have to install it here and then it's flat, and then you can use all the standard tripod mounts on the market. And lastly, the flip-up covers, which in my opinion should be made from a different material that they hold to the device more strongly. Now for the illuminator, this one can be taken down, so you just have to unscrew this, take it out, and then it can easy as that remove the infrared illuminator. If you don't need one, it saves a bit of weight, and also it is even more comfortable to use and to store in the bag. USB Type-C port here on the bottom can also be covered with this rubber here on the bottom. This is it. The infrared illuminator is really small, and I'm very impressed that they put all of such a strong illuminator in such a small package, and additionally in 2 different wavelengths of operating. So to install it, it's easy. As we put it down, you just have to align it with the USB Type-C, push it in and screw it back in, and like this it's already done and you can start using it again. Okay, now for a short summary. First of all, the positives of the Ventus devices. First of all, the excellent image quality on both devices and on the digital channels. The image quality, in my opinion, is really good. The next thing are the ergonomics, which I said for a few times now in this video, and also the rubber armoring housing offers plenty of grip with no exposed metal. I think this is worth mentioning. There's no exposed metal surfaces on the device, which remains comfortable and warm even in cold weather. Then the laser rangefinder here on the front performs really well and measures up to 1000 meters, And of course, the integrated ballistics calculator is, in my opinion, a big plus for the laser rangefinder. I am also a fan of the battery system. The battery life is very good, and since the Ventus uses standard 18650 batteries, replacements are cheap and easy to find in many stores. The image stabilization is very good also on the digital channel. The infrared illuminator with the adjustable beam and switchable 850 or 940 nanometers is also a big plus in my opinion. And I also like that each barrel has its own focusing wheel. As you can see here, this one is for focusing the digital channel, and this one is for focusing the thermal channel. With this, it's very easy to adjust the image to perfect sharpness. And yeah, with this, I have to say the Ventus is a truly all-in-one device, combining a thermal imaging, digital day and night, night vision, laser rangefinding, and adjustable infrared illuminator, and of course the ballistics calculator in one single platform. So where do I see room for improvements? We have to be realistic. This is the first multispectral device from ThermTec, and they made so much very well with the first product they've taken to the market. First of all, I would say it is here by the eyepieces, this area here. I found that my nose sometimes touches the housing here on the bottom, so a slight different shape here in this area could improve overall comfort, in my opinion. Another area for improvement is the infrared illuminator. It is fairly large and protrudes noticeably from the housing, making it one of the more prominent external features of the device. A more integrated design would make the Ventus look cleaner and potentially reduce the risk of snagging it into equipment or vegetation. I would also like to see the infrared illuminator switch off automatically when changing to the thermal channel. Maybe this comes out with the future update, but currently it remains active unless you turn it off manually, which, as I previously said, can lead to unnecessary battery drain if you forget to turn it off. And lastly, where I see room for improvements, which I also mentioned a few times now, are these flip-ups, because they are too easy to remove from the device once they are installed. Alright, that's it for this review. I hope you found the video review helpful and enjoyed taking a closer look at the new ThermTec Ventus series. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave a comment or check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and to turn on notification so you don't miss future reviews and comparisons. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.